Hello everybody, my name is Caleb and welcome back to another video on the channel. I've been away for a while and in today's video we are going to be doing something very special. So as you can see here, I have this black wall here and it's computer stuff. We're going to be building a computer in today's video. It's so exciting. This is going to do all the stuff that I want it to do. Oh my goodness, this took me so far, and I can't believe I'm standing here right now in front of you guys doing this. It's crazy to me. So this was one of the very first things that I got. This is an extra large mouse pad for $17, and the normal price was like over $100. So this is a Razer Chroma keyboard, and this is probably one of the best budget keyboards that you can get out there to this day. I think it is a very good option. However, that is not the option I went with in the final build. The one that I use now is... the one that I decided to go with was the HyperX Alloy Elite 2 with pudding keycaps. This is the RAM. This is Vengeance RGB Pro running at 3200 megahertz and 32 megabytes. This is a Stream Deck. Virtually it means that I can play anything for you guys. This stuff is stickers, USB drives, a tiny flashlight, and screwdrivers that I bought on accident. So this is a phone stand. I do not recommend this brand of phone stand just because we've had to go through like 3 or 4 already, and it's just like a few months. So guys, this next thing is the Chardon Precision Screwdriver Set, and oh my god, have I used this thing a lot. This is probably one of the greatest things that I have received. This little screwdriver set is amazing. So this next thing was gifted to me. This is a marquee, and you can put little things on it. It's very bright, and I got this, I think, for around $5. So for this next part, I'm actually going to be recording it with the webcam itself. So this is a Skyori? I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it records in 1080p and 30 FPS. This is probably one of the greatest webcams I have ever used. This is what you're seeing now. It's perfect. It's so good. So this is the CPU. It is a Ryzen 7 3700X. It is so good. It is one of the best CPUs out there. Now this is a boom arm that I got super cheap, and it actually fits my Blue Yeti, so that is a good thing. It's really hard to find actual boom arms that fit it because it's so specific with its little connector. This was a lamp that I saw once at Target and then just knew that I had to have it, so these I've probably spent way too much money on, but knew that I had to have them because they look so cute, and I'm going to decorate the setup with them, and they're going to be everywhere. I don't know why I didn't show you these, but these are hex lights, and they're pretty cool. This is a cute little wooden clock that I got, and I thought it was really cute, and I don't actually have a clock in my room, so. This is a Be Quiet Pure Power 11 FM 80 plus, and it's 750 watts. It's only barely enough capable to power this computer. Something else I forgot to mention is it's fully modular. So this is a Steel Legend B550 motherboard. This motherboard did not make the final cut for the PC build, even though it's probably one of the best motherboards out there. So these few things were just decoration pieces. There's this star, these shelves, and then finally this like CD organizer, so that's cool. So this is an art tablet by Fallow. It is the A610 Pro graphic tablet. It works surprisingly super well. I love it, actually. It's really good for the price. So I got a few RGB light strips. This one that I'm holding right now is the Govee Pro, I think. And they're all very good. And they're you can program each and every single light to be a different color. They're super awesome. These are just little Minecraft figures that I received for a gift. Oh boy, let me tell you about these chargers. This is a fun story. So these chargers actually came in the mail with this like gooey, sticky, slimy stuff all over them, and that's why they are in paper towels, if you are wondering. These are cable ties. I use these so much more than I expected. I got like 1,000 of them for $5. Thermal paste, always a good thing to have. Headphone mount, because all the tech YouTubers would yell at me if I didn't get one. So this is a 500 gigabyte Samsung 970 EVO speed round. So this is a phone stand, and then we have a display port, no, an HDMI to display port, and then we got some pop stands, and then an outer CD drive, and then this cute little moonlight. This is the Red Dragon M602 RGB wired gaming mouse. I think that this mouse is super good and it fits my hand amazingly. This is the CPU cooler. This is Be Quiet's Pure Rock Slim. I think this is a really great cooler for like a budget build. It's pretty good, pretty quiet too. So I have to tell you the story about these headphones. These headphones came in this box that you are seeing, and they are so torn apart. I did not do anything before this video. I didn't even open them. They just came like this. They still work, thankfully, and you might have seen them earlier in like the previously, because I was wearing them, so you know that they work. I just think it's funny. So I'm just going to talk while this montage is playing. So my main monitor is a Viotech GNV 29CB ultra-wide curved 29-inch gaming monitor. It is 120 hertz, and it is a VA panel. It's 1200R VA panel. It is FreeSync and G-Sync compatible. And then my two side monitors are a Scepter ISP 27-inch, 120p. All of them are 120p. 75 hertz ISP panel. So I think that's really good, and I have two of the ISP Scepter ones, and the Viotech Ultra Wide is my main. Oh, also I want to mention something. So the fish that you see on the side here, they have been moved. The one inside the top tank is no longer there, so do not worry and do not come at me with hate. I know that it's bad for them to be in there. I know this, okay? I know this. And also the mount was just a triple monitor mount. It wasn't really specific, but I knew that it could handle this. I just looked for ones that could handle monitors, 29 and 27-inch monitors, and it barely does that. So be warned, when you get this monitor, it might tip forward a little bit, but I just tightened them and they work just fine now. So as you can see, I put all my computer stuff on the table, and while I struggle with this Nova Mesh STTR case, which I didn't tell you before, wink wink wonk, I have to put all the other stuff on the ground, so enjoy this. Very important. Alright, motherboard. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so you always want to build it on the box because the box is non-conductive. Why is there zip ties inside the screw holes? Where did the scissors go? Okay, they're right here. Very careful. That was a terrible idea Amazon did because it could damage the pins. Okay. This should come off now. Okay. Okay. M2 Wi-Fi. Wow. This has Wi-Fi. This board has Wi-Fi. I didn't think it did, but it does. It comes pre-installed with Wi-Fi. That's fabulous. I already talked about this. This is the Corsair. Looks like that. It's really cool. This is about as good as you can get for RAM. Okay. Very fragile. I'm gonna keep that. Okay, and you want to plug it in to the 2 and 4 slot because you'll get the best things that way. I actually don't know why you plug it into the 2 and 4 slot, but you kind of have to. And did that not go in? Confused. Okay, hold on. Okay. So you don't want to force it. Go in. Does it need to be like this? No, then it's too far. Slide. Slide. Why isn't it shutting? Alright, well, it's in there, so. Satisfying peel? No, it was not, but it's fine. Okay. Very scared about this. Alright, so right here. just the user guide. I'll put that there for right now, but I don't think I'll need it. Okay. Screwdrivers. I'm gonna use this new kit. This new kit tool. Okay. I'm going to spare you this trouble. I struggled with the ram and the stupid screws for like 40 minutes. So there we go. Thought that I was gonna break it. God. Make that a little bit easier. Stick that in there. And stick. Then, okay. Is it in there? I think it's in there. Thought that I was gonna break it, but I was not. Anyone notice anything? Forgot to take the little like sealant paper off the CPU paste. So that's fun. Wait, hold on a second. I need to see something that it just clicked in my brain. Come on. Come on. And almost break it every time. Yeah, okay, so this does need to come off. That's what I thought. Okay. That plastic would have set, like, maybe the equivalent to a fire. Guys, give me a break on this. It was like 3 in the morning. I literally started recording this stream. Well, I streamed this whole thing at like 9 in the morning till like 2 to 3 in the morning. That was a long time. If you're wondering why I went to my pause screen while installing this CPU cooler, it's that I broke one of the screws inside of it. I stripped it, and so my dad had to wake up and drill into the CPU cooler to get it out. It works fine though. It works just great. It's just like, yeah, it was a lot. There we go. There we go. Okay. And that's good. Okay, that's good now. Now we can put it in our case. Finally, we can finally put it in our case. Okay. Wait, no. opposite direction. Okay. How does this come off? Okay. I'm gonna put this glass here, okay? It's just glass, don't be scared about it. Oh, there's screws here. Like I said before, running on MP brain mode. Let's place our motherboard in here. Lining it up. So, the stream just ended with me struggling with cables. So, I'm just gonna tell you all that happened with this PC that kind of made me question my existence about how much I knew about PCs. So, I thought that the CPU cooler was gonna be it. I thought that was gonna be the only thing wrong with it. Then I left the plastic on the motherboard, like on the panel, the side panel. Screws. I don't know why, but I've had an extremely hard time with screws and cables this entire build. And then another thing, my graphics card arrived dead, so I had to get a replacement of that. My motherboard decided not to be compatible with my graphics card, even though it was... I updated the BIOS and reset the CMOS and stuff like that. It still just decided not to. And then my stream, this stream of me just struggling with cables just flat out ended. So I called it a night.
Hello everybody! So this is going to be a setup tour, and I'm going to tell you right now this setup is not complete, like, at all. But I just wanted to get this video out for you guys so you guys can see this. I hope it's fine. We got our fish tanks here, we got the TV set up. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see me play any of these games here. Got the doggy. Yes. We got this girl. We got the PC that you've come to see. And all this stuff is just going to be stuff to see later. We'll do some shots later. This is the setup. Look at that keyboard, jeez.